Ashley Dudas. I'm a licensed 3-star Parelli professional, and I teach people how to teach horses for a living.
Hi, I'm Kim Maher, Wildhorse Ranch Rescue. And I used to be in other industries, but now it's all horses, horses, horses. I'm the founder of Wildhorse Ranch Rescue. We are a 501c3 charity that was started in 1995, but we didn't get our 501c3 status until 2000. So we are a place where we truly rescue horses. We don't require that they're rideable. We don't require that they're domestics. We've taken in horses from blue blood thoroughbreds to wild stallions and everything in between. And that's what we do. We're all about the animal. We do rescue kitties. We also have a Havasu pup program and a Havasu horse program. So we go into Supai, western part of the Grand Canyon, and we help the dogs and cats and horses down in the canyon.
My connection with Wildhorse Ranch Rescue starts way back years ago. When I was assisting Carol Coppinger, another Parelli professional, a lot of Wildhorse Ranch Rescue volunteer staff came and participated in Carol's clinic, and I got to help them while they were at that clinic, and we just got along so well, and all of the volunteer staff were so hungry for the knowledge and wanted more information. So after that, which was a few years ago, I started doing lessons and clinics and workshops here at the rescue. And then after that, our relationship just continued, and I started training and teaching their volunteers. And also, we partnered on a really cool project a few years ago called the Rehoming for Life Challenge with the Parelli Foundation. And I took on one of their young horses. They had a 2-year-old named Romeo here that actually got selected from horses from all around the country to be partnered with a Parelli professional to be then rehomed. I loved that horse so much that I ended up keeping him, and that's the horse Romeo that many of you know today.
A while ago, we applied for a grant from the Parelli Foundation, and it was amazing to help us train our volunteers on Parelli natural horsemanship with Ashley Dudas, our amazing instructor. We got really lucky with that. And they're just an excellent organization, and we're still in contact with them. We received another grant from them, and the Parelli Foundation, they're just so fun and so creative. When we said we'd like to get funding to do a documentary about a rescue horse, they were all on board with it. And it's part of the Romeo Rescue Tour, which was our initial program with the Parelli Foundation. Romeo ended up, he was supposed to go to Festival Magnifico in Texas, and we were just thrilled that he was one of the 10 horses that was selected to be in that program. Because for years with Parelli natural horsemanship, we've known about the Atwood ponies, and we've always felt that rescue ponies are equally able to do what Atwood ponies can do. They just don't have the best start. When Romeo got selected for that program, one of 10 horses, we were just thrilled at Wildhorse Ranch Rescue. So excited to see rescue horses get that kind of marketing and that kind of attention and education from Parelli natural horsemanship professional trainers like Ashley Dudas. We were just thrilled. And Ashley was so thrilled that she adopted him. So that was pretty cool because he stayed in the family. And the good thing about Romeo staying in the family as a rescue horse that was supposed to go to Festival Magnifico and was part of that whole Rehoming for Life program is that he can continue to help other rescued horses with the help from Ashley Dudas and Parelli training, and just kind of be an ambassador to other rescues like ours to say, hey, here's an opportunity for you to get your horses some great training and help them stay in great homes. Merlin is a horse that came to us. He was an owner turn-in. Often horses come to us for a plethora of reasons, and his particular story was that his owner had passed away, and the son inherited Merlin, but the son is a pilot and just did not have time for this beautiful, magnificent, gorgeous horse. He ended up developing some large fly sores. This wasn't a neglect case. It was just a case of a person just being too busy. So the son wanted to do the right thing for this horse and find him a place, and found us. We went and met Merlin, and he's drop dead gorgeous. So we took him in, and that's his story. I believe he's a Tennessee walking horse.
My first impressions of Merlin are that he has a really hard time connecting with people. If you're not on the same eye level as him, you don't necessarily exist. He gets kind of pushy when he gets emotional or scared, and that's why they've had a little bit of a hard time with a farrier or a vet doing any sort of work with him, is because he's not connected to us as partners. So that's my first impression, is he's not super connected to people yet. What I like about Merlin is, one, he's a good looking horse, and two, like that's not the most important thing about him, but another thing I really like about him is he is really clever and he is really intelligent. He just doesn't see us as partners yet, and doesn't see people as things that can communicate with him yet.
That's it. That's all I had to do. That's it, kiddo. That's it, buddy.
Merlin struggles with connection with people, struggles with understanding his responsibilities as a partner, because he's never had a human, to our knowledge, that has truly asked more of him, to have more responsibilities. He struggles with the everyday things that a lot of horse people take for granted, like standing tied, standing for a vet, standing for a farrier, being a model citizen for stuff like that. So that's what he's kind of struggling with.
If I was a horse and I pin my ears at him and if he doesn't move, he gets bit or he gets kicked.
We selected Merlin for this training and this documentary because he is big and beautiful, but he's bossy. And he just needed someone to kind of bring him down to a level of, I'm a human, I'm a lot smaller than you. He just had a way of taking charge, which is good, because that's good for, his survival. But at the same time, he's healthy, he's beautiful, he's big, he's just a magnificent horse. And with the right training, we felt that he could have an excellent home for life.
Because I don't want to send him in the trailer until I know I can drive him away. For crying out loud.
My goals for Merlin while he's with me are to just help him become more of a solid horse, to become more of a, we call them a model citizen in the horse world, to where he, doesn't struggle in Humansville, to where, any vet can go up to him and he's fine. Anybody can go and halter him and he's fine. Get him to where he's safe to be ridden, safe to trailer, safe to be around, and not struggle with the everyday things that we horsey people want to do with him.
Right here. Right here. Don't run into me. Yeah, he has no sense of boundaries at all. None. Cause I'm trying to set it up to be like, there's the boundary. Don't come through here. Don't come through here. It just keeps doing it. So I'm trying to set it up to where it's like, when you see pressure in front of you, you have to yield to it. You can't just run through it like a freight train. And I'm assuming that's what he did with the farrier and everybody else. So when you set up a boundary, he's like, that doesn't mean anything. So you have to so this is the as firm as necessary that most people don't want to do. Good boy. And it's to save him, because you can't have one of your volunteers get smushed or your farrier get ran over.
This venture with Merlin has a lot of hopes from our organization. And it's not just to get him trained and help him find his forever home. It's to showcase a rescue horse and show people out there that rescue horses are not throwaway horses, and that with the right training and love, language, and leadership, these horses can be magnificent. And that's our hope, that people see that, and that other rescues decide to do programs like this with natural horsemanship, specifically Parelli natural horsemanship. But we feel all natural horsemanship is excellent. So our goal is to see more rescues do more programs like this with Parelli professionals, to get their rescued horses to a level that they can find forever homes and have perfect partnerships with humans.
So that was nice. That's really nice. Good. Yeah, that's it. Yay, pony!
The goal for all of this is to show people that just because horses end up in a rescue situation doesn't mean that they're throwaway horses. I've worked with horses that have world-class breeding, have had, played with horses that have fantastic starts, and I've also played with horses that have had pretty rough beginnings and have been in pretty terrible situations. And, breeding only gives you a chance to have a successful athlete, whereas, having a solid foundation, makes it to where you have a lifelong partner with your horses, regardless of their breeding, regardless of their background. If, everything that comes out of this is to really show that, with a solid education with a horse and a solid education with a human, the possibilities are endless from there. And Pat has this great saying, there's nothing you can't do once your horse becomes a part of you. So that's my focus with Merlin, is to show him that he can be a part of us as humans, as partners, and to really set him up for success, to go to somebody and have a really successful life with another person.
So for horses that don't understand how to yield to pressure, whether that's rhythmic or steady, they're dangerous horses in Humansville because you have no way to communicate with them. When you put any pressure on, they just think forward or just don't move away from it whatsoever. So then you have this 1,000-pound wild beast that just runs over the top of people, runs into fences, runs over other horses because they don't know what to do with pressure. So, we want to be as polite as possible, but as firm as necessary. And, as polite as possible, we try to be as soft as we can. But if the horse has had years of just pushing through pressure, you have to get loud enough for them to actually realize that you're on the same planet. And sometimes we have to try to get as firm as another horse. Now, there's no way for me to get as firm as another horse. No, there's no way. Like, even if I poked him in the eyeball with this carrot stick, that's still nothing compared to what another horse would do to him if he would not yield. So if it was another horse, like, he would just get kicked and kicked and kicked until he'd move when the boss mare would pin her ears. But, we see horses in herds or horses in turnout in captivity, and we think, oh, we can't let them kick each other. Oh, we can't let them nibble on each other and, do as horses do. But that is so powerful for their mind and developing them to be able to understand language. Like, because we want to be able to be soft with them, but if they just run at you like a freight train with no awareness and no consequences to any of those actions, they'll just keep doing it because personal space is sacred and horses know that. So if you don't protect your space with a flaming fury of a 2,000-pound draft horse, sometimes they don't hear you, especially with horses like him. He's not a young kid. He's an older gentleman, but he's been allowed to just push people around. So this is going to be a lot of fun, Kim. Because every horse can be soft. Every horse, he can feel a fly land on him. That's how soft I want him to be to me. And we'll get there. Merlin the wizard.
We chose Parelli Natural Horsemanship as a curriculum for Wildhorse Ranch Rescue back in 1995. And I came from inner city Saginaw, Michigan. I knew nothing about horses. But being the anal retentive Intel Corporation person that I was, I had to do all my research. So I read Pat's book, went to his clinic, met him, did the same for Monty Roberts, Buck Brannaman, and all natural horsemanship in my mind is the way to go. It's good. They're all good. For what I wanted to do here, dealing with rescue horses or handling rescue horses, Parelli Natural Horsemanship seemed to be a more comprehensive program for what we needed to do here. And the levels 1 through 10, the 7 games, just all the training materials, the methods, it seemed to really fit what we needed for handling horses from super well-trained to wild stallions that have never even seen a human. And it's kept our volunteers safe. It's helped us train horses and make them handleable. And it's helped us find homes for horses. Not just horses that we rescue, but when people call us and they have problems with their own horse and they're thinking about getting rid of their horses, the word they use, 85% of first-time horse owners get rid of their horse within the first 5 years. That's a pretty high percentage. And we're talking domestics. We're not talking wild horses or abused horses or neglect horses, horses with medical issues. We're just talking perfectly sound domestics get given up by their humans, 85% in the first 5 years. So when those people call us because they're frustrated or they don't know what to do, or they no longer want to keep the horse, we've often introduced them to Parelli natural horsemanship or help them find a trainer like Ashley Dudas, so that that relationship gets better and more horses stay in homes. And when more horses stay in their homes, less horses come to rescues like ours.